After months of waiting, Iron Man 3 has finally arrived. It is a brilliant movie and I'd thoroughly recommend going and seeing it. I've always liked the Iron Man films, although there's a bit in 2 that I don't like as much, but overall it is a fantastic series and the third part goes above and beyond to make it an incredible trilogy. Although Colonel Rhodes does a little bit this time, he doesn't do as much as fighting as last time, which some people may be disappointed by, but primarily it's focused on Iron Man and even more so on Tony Stark. It's largely focused on Tony Stark and him trying to come to terms with what happens in Avengers and what happens after the New York, compared to the first Iron Man film where he's arrogant, cocky, a bit extravagant, and to see him a bit more sort of refined and a bit more anxious and a bit more worried about what he's doing and what he's been doing is an interesting change, and he plays it really well. There's a lot about talking about the past in this film and talking about sort of bad things that you've done in the past coming back to haunt you and mistakes you've made and the monsters you create and stuff like that, and I think that's a really powerful part of this film and is a major focus of the action and the driving force of the entire narrative, and I kind of think it works really well and it's just a brilliant story and I recommend it. It's just really cool and something that you don't see coming, and even though there's a few moments in this film that you sort of think, oh yeah, I know that's going to happen and it's a bit obvious, but even still it does it really well. I just want to talk about Paul Bettany for a second, who voices Jarvis in all 3 Iron Man films, and in this film Jarvis really comes into his own. He's always had that sort of sarcastic wit that sort of rivals Tony's own. I feel like in this film Jarvis has a bit more of a personality and has a bit more of a chance to match wits with Tony Stark and be a bit funny as well and be a bit dry and comical as well, which is kind of cool, and he has some brilliant moments even though you don't see the character who plays Jarvis, obviously, because even though the character of Jarvis is literally just a voice in the suit and the house, whatever, it is a brilliant character. When the characters are Tony Stark and Jarvis sort of match wits and be a bit comical with each other, it's just amazing. It's amazing and creates some brilliant moments that literally got the whole cinema laughing, and that's what happens with this film. There's so many moments in this film that generate a lot of laughs and a lot of humour, and it's just brilliant and it's so incredible. I just can't recommend it enough. I also want to talk about Guy Pearce, who plays Archer Dillion, and I also thought this was quite an interesting character and he's quite cool and sort of the knowing person who you sort of suspect a little bit and you wonder what's going on with him, and you know what, he's quite cool and it's quite interesting the way he plays out and the way he interacts with the characters, and it's insane. The anxiety of Tony Stark, and after you've seen the New York, as I said earlier, is a big moment and he has to deal with that through this film, and he has to deal with the loss of his home and his possessions when he gets home, gets attacked in as you've seen in the trailer, and he has to deal with so much in this movie, and he has to find redemption and he has to deal with what happens as both Iron Man and does the man make the suit or does the suit make a man, and he has to deal with so much, but it's such a great ending and it's so cool. There's so many cool tech, there's some really funny scenes, there's some brilliant action scenes, and it's incredibly worth watching. If you wait for the end of the credits, there's a special little scene at the end, and I encourage you to wait through the credits. It's not that long when you think about it. It does feel like it's taken forever, but trust me, thank yourself for waiting. It is brilliant and I just can't wait for more Iron Man. It is going to be brilliant. So let me know what you thought of Iron Man 3. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? What do you think could be improved? Let me know down in the comments on Twitter, on Facebook or whatever, and please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.